So where are we with inflation right now? This graph goes back to 1958. On the left is CPI, Consumer Price Index. On the right is PPI. That doesn't go back as long because we don't have the data set for PPI. And that's the Producer Price Index. CPI looks at the cost of all goods for us as consumers. Producer Price Index is the cost of all goods for businesses that produce goods. As you can see, you had this terrible spikes in CPI that started in the late 60s and then rolled through the 70s. Because back in the late 60s, President Johnson created the Great Society. They spent ungodly amounts of money. They started increasing the money supply too much to deal with all that spending that they did. And then Paul Volcker and President Reagan came in, and they broke inflation. It was a very painful thing to break inflation. They had to take interest rates to 18, 20%. Anybody old enough to remember it, it was a horrific recession starting, the economy was just dysfunctional by the end of the 70s because of all the inflation. We had bouts of stagflation, which I'll get into. But then as we moved into the 80s, inflation started to come down because Volcker and President Reagan broke it. And for the last 40 years, we really haven't had to deal with it. But now, it's on the move in a very meaningful way.